And it says we are live. It's Thursday night. I'm here. You're beautiful. That must mean it's time for GotBot Goes live. Tonight, we're going to cover a bunch of news that's going to range from cake to Coachella to Rise of the Beast to some Hasbro news. Maybe they're in a little more trouble than we think because it looks like in several countries they're going to be skipping a wave. We'll talk about all of that and a ton more tonight. Plus, we have trivia. Actually, we have kind of two trivia and a follow-up, and we have tonight's unboxing. So it's going to be a heck of a night indeed. I, of course, am your host, your most humble of hosts, Dennis Moulton, aka GotBot. As always, man, please like, comment, share, of course, subscribe, and while you're at it, light 'em up, baby, hit the notification bell. It helps me out a ton, and it lets you know when content of all sorts goes up here on the channel. Check out Machinery of Man, the Everything Factor, all the groups that I'm either a mod or an admin for, as well as all of my social media links. All of that is in the description down below, also in the description down below. And if you're in a position to help the channel to grow, you can use the donate link. Check us out on Patreon. See what we have to offer to you through spring. Whole ton of products there. And of course, you can hit the join button at any given time and become a channel member. Just give me one moment. I got to move something down here. Okay, sorry about that. Let me just get things kind of set up here a little bit. And go up here a little bit. Let's see. Hold on. Let's go here. There we go. I have all 6 of the long-awaited gigabots coming. Okay, I don't know what a gigabot is. I guess it's those circle things that you were showing me. I don't know them, but you know what? If you got them coming and you're happy with them, good. I'm happy for you. I did see the little Battlemaster Rhinox. A lot of people like that, hey? I think it's weird because Rhinox was never a Battlemaster, but a lot of people seem to find it kind of fun, even our own Maximal 10. Let's see. Had a VTech Hatch and Roar. Teardown Chopper coming from Amazon, and as of today, as the whole. Okay, well that's a lot of stuff, I guess, that you got coming, man. Hold on here. All right. Let's see here. Walmart only had the Battle Changers and the Beast Battle Masters in my area. Our Walmart hasn't had anything yet. Our GameStop has had Rise of the Beast stuff, but including the Battle Masters and the Beast Alliance and the whatever, the little gimmicky stuff and the masks and the Smash Changers and the Studio Series. But Walmart, no, they're pretty far behind. Although finally starting to show up at Walmart is the Bumblebee from Rise of the Beast, as well as the Air Razor from Rise of the Beast. So it started anyway. The only Beast Battlemaster I care to get is the Rhinox one. That's fair. He's the coolest here. That's fair. Hey, Waspinator. Hey, Masterfire. Been a while, buddy. Hope things are going good for you. Hey, Amazon John. Oh, yeah, look at that. It is the 20th of April, we'll say. But I think we all know what it means. Hey, Deceptibot. Big M, Marcus. Hey, Bing Bong. By the way, Bing Bong Toys is a fantastic name. I envy you. That's a great name. Hey, Warren. Now I have to open that box, man. Open that box. The Battle Masters kind of remind me of the Arms Micron figures. A few people have said that about the Battle Masters, that they get an Arms Micron feel about it. I guess I could see it. I honestly, I wish we had like a few more humanoid ones, because maybe they could be kind of retconned for some of the like traditional Target Masters that I'd still like to have. Like for me, I would like to have a proper version of the 2 partners that go with Needle Nose. Who is that? Zigzag, I think, and I don't remember the other guy's name. I know it, but I'm forgetting it right now. And of course, we do have Sure Shot coming up. So I'm kind of like, I'd like to have those 3 sort of taken care of with at least Battle Masters, though to be fair, a number of my Target Masters have actually been 3D printed. The tolerances are, some are a success, some are not quite a success, but you know, they have all of the articulation you could want. So, you know, it is what it is, right? But in the grand scheme of things, I tend to agree with you, Masterfire. A lot of people have said that they feel like that you know, they're a reminder of the Arms Microns, and honestly, I get it. Yeah, I tend to agree with you. Walmart's there, have nothing. Yeah, I got you. I've got Crash Bar coming from Amazon tomorrow. Couldn't be more excited. Oh man, listen, I reviewed Crash Bar a little while ago last week, and in the actual review, I do show one, I'll say, conglomeration of how you can put both of Crash Bar and Scraphook together. Then the next day, I actually did a couple of shorts, if you haven't seen them. One showing what's essentially a Voyager robot mode of both robots combined, though there's many variations of it. And kind of how you can make kind of sort of two vehicles from him and Scraphook. So, you know, they were just short, so they're very, very quick, very, very brief. But if you have them coming tomorrow, might be something that you might want to check out as well, just to give you some ideas of how this whole, they're calling it Evo Fusion now, but let's be realistic. It's the weaponizer, fossilizer gimmick done properly, right? It's like it's how it's done properly. Personally, I like Crash Bar. I like the asymmetry on him. I think it matches for a Junkion, and I think his transformation is really quite interesting. You got to really pay attention to the legs until you get used to it, but it's a pretty darn interesting transformation. And once you know it once or twice, it's pretty intuitive, to be honest with you. Getting everything online. I can't get everything online anymore. I can't do paying shipping. If you can get free shipping, do that, right? Hey, Jay. Target is always the first. Well, I would agree with you, except they took Target out of Canada in, I don't know, 2015, I think it was. It was so sad. So sad. I miss Target every day. I wish we could get rid of our terrible, terrible Toys R Us. It's just garbage, and bring back Target. Hey, Lee. Happy Thursday to you too, my friend. Still need to get Skull Cruncher. Last Thursday was my 27th birthday. Well, happy birthday. I did not know that, but happy belated birthday. Hey, Blue. Hey, Graham. Been a while since you've been here. Must be late over in your neck of the woods now, so I greatly appreciate you dropping by. Hey, Lance. Well, it's not really superpowers. It's just their special powers. But I get what you're saying. And yes, we did do the top 10 like Transformers unique powers. Yep, done. Already been done. Hey, Prime Ghost. Sunbeam? It might be Sunbeam. Yeah, I think you're right. I think it's Sunbeam. I think you're absolutely right, as a matter of fact. Yeah. Masterfire said it there too. Thanks, guys. I couldn't remember what it was. Does anyone know if there's going to be a Studio Series 86 Prime and Megatron? I mean, I would think no. Why would there be? We have Earthrise Kingdom Optimus. There's your 86 Prime. And for Megatron, why? We have the Siege, which is essentially that. Now, they could probably redo that or re-release it with a better fusion cannon maybe, but like, you're not going to get him in his G1 alt mode. It's just not going to happen. As a matter of fact, Mark Marr recently in the last few months explicitly said that to do that, he would have to be completely neon. That's where they're to. So that's not going to happen. Just not. I don't think the Prime would. I think it wouldn't make any sense to do it when we already have really a definitive Prime. But that's just me. That's just me. I'm not the one who makes these decisions. I think it would be foolhardy, but in Prime's case, I mean, I guess anything could happen. Especially if you get the what is it, VNR? Is that what it is? Version. You can put that trailer with your Earthrise cab, and boom, there you go. I mean, there's not much more you could want, really. Change the heads too. I don't know. Can you change the head? Can the head of like the Holiday Optimus? Somebody in this chat definitely knows this. Can the head, because that head sculpt of the Holiday Optimus is the perfect G1 Optimus head. Can you take that head and put it on the Earthrise body? I wouldn't know. I didn't get the Holiday one, but I'm very curious to know if you can change the heads. Somebody in here who knows this, Tell me if you can change the heads. So Darren, to answer your question, I wouldn't hold my breath. I wouldn't hold my breath for Megatron. It's just not going to happen. I mean, I guess an Optimus could, but why? That would be my answer to that. Why? I wouldn't understand them doing it. Whatever. Plus, we even have the like sleep mode Optimus that was done as, I don't know, was that an Amazon exclusive? Maybe. So I don't know. I don't see it happening. It wouldn't make sense to me. Won't surprise me. Hasbro will do the whole cast and characters phase. I don't think so. I think they're just going to fill in holds. But I mean, what do I know, right? That's all speculation, by the way. If they do an 86 Megatron, he won't be a firearm. That I do know. Yeah, well, like I said, we just talked about that, right? It's the whole safety thing. Yeah, that's not going to happen. I don't think, Darren. I would say go back and get the Siege Megatron and the Siege or Earthrise Optimus. They're both great. Honestly, they're both great. I think the Siege in robot mode looks more accurate to the animation, to be honest with you. But, it is what it is. New package, same product. Hey, Maximal 10. As we go down here. And I'm trying to get caught up so that we can get going here on the news. Hey, Sovereign. I don't like Apple Macs, respectfully. I don't like Apple anything. I can't use Apple products. I find them very user unfriendly. But that's just me. Again, to each their own, right? They should bring the I mean, why not? They're not going to, John. Not a snowball's chance. And they're not going to because in the 80s, it was too controversial. And honestly, one, if not two kids got killed because of it. So it's not even a topic for discussion. It'll never, ever happen. Never, ever happen. But I get your point. Reading your comment, I get your point. Hey, Caldio. Hey, Input. I almost feel like standing and saluting Target. Like I'm telling you, when they were here, my wife and I, and we weren't married at the time, but my wife and I would when they were here, I never darkened Walmart's door really. It was very, very rarely that I even bothered to go to Walmart. I would go out of my way and go further to go to Target because it was just a nicer shopping experience and the prices were the same thing. Anybody was like, oh, they're so much more expensive. No, they weren't. No, they weren't. If something was $15.94 at Walmart, then it was $15.99 at Target. So if you're gonna quibble over 6 cents, then yeah, I guess. Well, Ken, we're surviving. We're surviving. It's it's been a week again. Are any of you passing on the new toys and instead going back and finding older Transformers toys? I love the new toys. Don't get me wrong. Skipping most of them because they're wildly overpriced. So yeah, I'm buying less and less all the time. And honestly, Bing Bong, I would say to you that in a lot of ways, the older ones are better. We'll talk about that a little bit though later in reference to at least one character. Want KB Toys back? We never had that, so I can't speak to it. I don't really know that store. If you to Toys R Us, would you have the Thomas 3 wooden railway pack that has been much? I don't know what you're talking about. I wouldn't be able to tell you. I don't know anything about Thomas. Sorry. I remember a toy store called Toys and Wheels. Oh yeah, I was in the Avalon Mall, man. Upstairs where Sports Experts is, where actually Sports Experts is closing. Word is that I hear they're closing to drive more business apparently to Sport Check because apparently Sport Check is really struggling. I don't know. I don't know why everybody cries about the no Megatron. Guys, it's not going to happen. And if you want one bad enough, go back and buy Toy World's Hegemon. There you go. Neon Megs, I'll take it. I got news for you. They tried that back in 06 with that Voyager Megatron that turned into like the Nerf blaster. And a lot of people instead bought the Japanese one and imported it because they said that's not Megatron's colors. I think that they are looking at the past and saying that one didn't sell that great. A lot of people didn't like it. I don't think so. I don't know. I don't know why people fixate on it. I think a tank makes more sense for them anyway, but you know, it is what it is. And we can debate it till the cows come home. But the fact of the matter is the law is the law, and they're not going to do it because it's quite frankly too dangerous for kids. I haven't seen any of those at our Toys R Us. So there you go. Blue, Maximal 10 just said he hasn't seen any of them at our local Toys R Us. And trust me, he'd know. But they may be available online. Yeah, Toys and Wheels was a store here, Marcus. You wouldn't have known it. It was like a local store. Toys and Wheels and another one, Leisure World, which it was weird. It was mostly a toy store, but it also had some arts and crafts, and it had wool, which was the weirdest mix. I guess because of crafts, right? But it was interesting. It was an interesting store too. I ordered a 3D upgrade for Siege Megatron to add the back cannon to his back. So it looks more like G1. It's coming from eBay. I don't know why you would do that. Just take the little gray blaster that comes with Soundwave and put it on his back. It's literally the gun barrel. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, go back and look at either your Siege or Legacy or Netflix Soundwave and that gray piece. You just put it on his back, man. Boom. Perfect. That's what I do with mine, and it looks perfect. That being said, I'm not going to lie to you guys. My Megatron of choice is still Hegemon, and I don't know if he'll ever be unseated. Is he perfect? No. Does he absolutely fill the bill and look the part? Yes, and that's why he's still my Megatron de jour. But I hope you're happy with the upgrade kit when it comes. Is the best thing I could say to you. Someone probably did the head swap one, maybe. They'll need to change those ridiculous laws. This country's gone to crap. I mean, listen, I'm not going to talk about America because I don't live in America. I'm in good state. We don't have Toys R Us. Okay. I don't have the holiday one either. I didn't want the holiday one. But I know a lot of people got it, right? Hey, Zoran. Hey, Dragonfly. Not too much yet because I'm still welcoming everyone in. You haven't missed much yet, buddy. That would be a good swap. That would be a good swap. Get rid of the use the Earthrise or the Siege body. Get rid of the head. Put on that ideal head. If you got to change some paint or redo some paint, big deal. No big deal there. Get that trailer. Although I use the Second Chance trailer, but get that trailer and get rid of your Earthrise trailer. I'm telling you, the Matrix being there, his Ion Blaster. If you got the Centurion pack or a resin cast like I do, then you also got the axe and you got his Ion Blaster even bigger if you want it bigger, and Roller. I don't know what else anybody would want. I really don't. I think it all should have came in one package instead of across a few things. But my point is, the option, I suppose, is there for it to be a perfect Optimus Prime. I gotta go up here. Oh my goodness. Where am I? That'd be a good swap. Yes, the Earthrise. No, the Kingdom was a repack of the Earthrise. Other way around, bud. Darren says, yeah, we don't get half the stuff you guys get here in the UK. Oh, Darren, pay attention. We have some news about that too. Trust me, Canada does not get what the US gets. They would probably make the Earthrise Megatron more tune accurate. I don't think the Earthrise Megatron looked anything tune accurate. That's why I said the Siege. I think the proportions and the head of the Siege are infinitely more accurate, but that's just me. Am I going to get any of the Rise of the Beast masks? Not a chance. I don't know why they exist, and I'm not a cosplay guy or anything, so I know they're not for me. Not a chance. Earthrise Prime and Siege Megatron are good. You're welcome, Darren. I try. I wish I had better news for you. I love the Netflix version more with the darker blue, and that's fair. If you prefer that shade of blue, the darker blue, then that's nothing wrong with that either. Plus, I think his face plate was a bit better on the Netflix one. The best Megatron with a gun mode is absolutely the classics. No, the best one with a gun mode is absolutely him. Without a doubt. Hegemon. Without any doubt in my mind. The robot mode is perfect. The alt mode is perfect. He's fantastic. I wish that the articulation on the arms was a little better. He's definitely showing his age a bit, but he's still really good. Hey Omega, I mean, it's a Thursday, man. It's a Thursday. There's a lot going on in my neck of the woods, so you know it is what it is, buddy. The only way I see that is if they do a Blaze. Oh my God, 86 megs. So it doesn't look like a real. Yeah, I guess, but then it's not 86, is it? If you're stylizing it, then it's not 86. It's been a while since I've been to Target. Yeah, you can call me GotBot. Of course you can. Everybody else does. Are you a Rush fan? That being Canadian Transformers collector. Some Rush. It depends on the songs, but yeah, generally I thought Rush was a pretty good band. Like if they're on the radio, I certainly don't turn them off. And they're definitely an iconic Canadian band. I mean, they're not the hip, right? They're not the tragically hip, but they're well up there. Agreed with Target. Missed them dearly, right? My first Transformers Legacy Evolution buy for this year is Armada Hotshot. Hope you like it. I mean, Armada's not my thing, but I've been telling Unicron Trilogy fans that if you want more of it, support it, right? Go out and make sure that you buy Velocitron Override. Make sure that you buy the Starscream, the Hotshot, and you know, the upcoming Armada Megatron, the upcoming Armada Optimus Prime. If you are a Unicron Trilogy fan and you want more of this, then guess what? You got to buy it. And you got to buy it in droves. You got to buy it to the degree that G1 fans would buy G1. If you're not prepared to do that, then they're not going to give you more. Same with Titan Metroplex. You know why I think the next one is the Nemesis and not another Unicron Trilogy one? Because the Titan Metroplex didn't sell that well. Not around here anyway. I could still go right now and put my hands on at least one, maybe two. I don't want it. It's not for me, but it should be. If you're a Unicron Trilogy fan, it should be for you, right? That's kind of the way that my thinking goes on it. And I would say the same thing. Like if they were putting out a bunch of animated stuff and you want more animated stuff, like they're going to be putting out the Prowl. If you want more animated stuff, then buy the Prowl. You know, like put your support with that part of the franchise, because all they're going to look at is the dollars and cents. What sold best? What didn't sell well? Well, guess what? If the G1 stuff is still selling the best, then they're going to keep doing G1 stuff. If the movie stuff sells the best, they'll do more movie stuff. If the RID 2001 stuff would sell the best, they would do more of that. I mean, it's a game of numbers, right? It's all about a game of numbers. I go with the Beast Alliance and the smaller Transformers ones like the Core Class, and that's fine too. Nothing wrong with that either. I got Studio Series 100 Bumblebee already. Yeah, he's been around here for a while. Who remembers Domino's Toys in Canada, early 80s? We didn't get a Domino's here until 2010 or later, so I don't remember it. Hey, Ultra Megatronus, if you're on the road listening, then you be careful, man. Keep your eyes on the road. Apparently, Sports Experts was closing because the owners couldn't find a buyer and they were retiring. And I mean, I've heard that too. I don't know what story is true. I don't care what story is true. They've been around forever. So, I mean, I could believe that the owners have made their money. So, you know, I understand why Megatron won't be. Oh, I'm not even getting on the Megatron thing again. That comes up all the time and it's never going to change. People are hard to please. Ain't that the truth, Keldeo? Studio Series 100 Bumblebee is way better than other Bumblebees we got earlier in the Studio Series line. I don't know. I don't like any of the Studio Series Bumblebees except for the Jeep. That's the only one I like. Otherwise, the other ones I reviewed, I've detested them all. I think they're wildly over-engineered for the size that they are. It's just, no thank you. It's not for me. I'm glad it's for you, but it's not for me. I prefer Megatron as a tank, says Jay, and I tend to agree with you, Jay. I played with plenty of firearms as a kid and never shot. It's not a matter of shooting at one. It's a matter of it looked so hyper realistic that I guess depending on where you live. I mean, you do realize that like this was a story, like this happened. It's not that it could happen, that it already happened. A boy was killed with a Megatron toy in his hand because the officers thought it was real. Now, I don't know all the ins and outs of it, but it happened. It was a big thing. It was a big law thing. There's a reason these laws exist. And it usually happens. Same thing like in a city. Like there's always that dangerous intersection. And until 4 or 5 people get killed going through it, then all of a sudden, magically, there's streetlights put there, right? But there weren't before. It had to go to that extreme. Well, this is the same sort of thing, right? I mean, I had a lot of blasters and stuff as a kid too, but I mean, it was early '80s, man. It was a different time, and I don't know if I ever remember even seeing a police car around when I was a kid, let alone worrying about them. Around here, nothing's been showing up at stores, but the first wave Transformers. Oh yeah, well, I hear you. Hey Joel, I'd buy a G1 Megatron in neon, as that would just be nuts, and I totally believe you would, 100%. I don't at all. No, I'm not a Star Wars guy at all, Omega. My wife is, but I don't know. I can't even really have an intelligent conversation about it. There's too much to that franchise now, and like I have never watched any of the shows, and I haven't watched the 9th film, and I never saw Solo. So there's a lot I don't know, and the other ones that I saw, I've come out at the end and kind of been like, eh. I can't get over the whole like magic and stuff of it with the Force and the Sith and all that. It's not for me. No, to each their own. It's a huge franchise, has a billion fans. God bless. It's just not for me. I have that, but I don't like it. The tank Megatron would be perfect for repaint as Megastorm from Beast Wars 2. As a matter of fact, the G2 Megatron I use as Megastorm. That's exactly what I use it as, the Select G2 Megatron with the purple and green. I know it's not Megastorm's colors. I get it. Like the green should be more of a gray and stuff. But you know what? It's close enough. I'm going to call it Megastorm. As a matter of fact, I've been trying to figure out what on earth could I use that other wild G2 combat hero Megatron as? And Ultra Megatronus kind of sent it my way, and I took a look at it and stuff, but like I was like, I don't know what I could use this as. And it struck me today what I could use him as, because I don't need another Megatron. But you know what I don't have? I don't have a clone of Megatron. I don't have any version or anything that could work as a pseudo version of Megaplex from Machine Wars. I think I'm going to repurpose that guy into a version of Megaplex. Think that's what I'm going to do. I love vintage Star Wars, says Snoke. I was talking about Thomas 3-pack I had years ago. I know what you were talking about, but I don't know anything about Thomas to know what you're talking about with the 3-pack. Hegemon sounds like a Pokemon name, I guess. I don't know anything about Pokemon either. That was after my time. Shoot a picture when you get it. Hegemon for president. I mean, if you want to talk about Murkoff input, I mean, go for it. You're American. You talk about. You go for it, man. Really like that Snoke character. Never would have guessed. Never would have guessed, Snoke, that you like the Snoke character. Japan didn't have the laws like the USA had. Oh my goodness, are we still on that, guys? Give it up. The Megatron's not gonna happen. It's just not gonna happen, man. Cade Bane is my Star Wars one and only character. I don't even know who that is. Shows what I know. Goodness gracious, am I ever going to get into the news? I'm going to have to fly through the news because I keep having to go up. Holy smokes. It keeps jumping down on me for some reason. I don't know why. Waspinator says, I'm perfectly happy with a tank Megatron And a 5mm Megatron accessory. Yes, like I have the Doctor Wu little Megatron as his blaster accessory. And there's the ones that come with like the Star Screams and stuff. I am with Waspinator. I'm with Jay and Waspinator. I think it makes sense for the actual Megatron to have a tank mode. I think it's nice when you can have that little version that can go in somebody else's hand. Yes, I agree with Waspinator. It's more useful to me than a Megatron with a wildly out of scale gun mode. I totally agree. Totally agree. Um, should we get into the news, man? Yes, we should. Unfortunately, I'm having to catch up with everyone, man. I agree with Waspinator Megatron. I passed on all of the Combiner Wars because of the zero QC with any of my Combiner Wars. I think that they are the apex of mainline combining Transformers. The only one that had a QC issue for me was the Torso Motor Master. I fixed it, and I still think the Combiner Wars Motor Superion is vastly superior than the Legacy. I'm not a fan of the Legacy Superion or Menasor at all. I like them as Stunticons, not as Menasor. We've talked that topic to death. I'm not going to waste more time on it again. If I get the Recolor Holiday Prime trailer, I would give Earthspark trailer to my movie Jada Prime. I mean, okay. There's a 5-inch third-party Megatron gun, oversized legend scale. I guess. Yeah, there is. I think. Yeah, I think I know the one you're talking about. Cosplay isn't my thing either. No, I mean, it's nothing wrong with cosplay. There's some wonderful cosplayers out there. My problem with the Transformers Netflix cartoon is the voice acting. Everybody said that 3 years ago. I don't know, 2 years ago. I don't know when it came out. I didn't mind the pacing. Some of it was kind of slow, and I don't know why it was so slow, but it didn't bother me. I didn't really have any issues with it. Is there anywhere you can find Hegemon? I don't know. Look for it. Google it. You can Google it just as well as I can. I'm sure I don't know. I bought mine a number of years ago now, so I don't know. Tessa growling. She's asleep on the floor. They're growling. I don't know how much. If somebody knows how much Hegemon goes for these days, then let us know. I don't know what he goes for. I paid 90 US from BBTS. Probably 6 or 7 years ago. So I don't know, $100 maybe US. I don't know. How much do I hate Origins Jazz? Not at all. He's beauty. Meg's finally transformed in the 86, hardly transformed in the 86 movie. Rush is one of my favorite classic rock bands, 23, and I still collect toys and stream cartoons. Okay, I'm 45 and I do the same. I don't know what your point is. Be proud of who you are. Don't let anybody tell you that you shouldn't enjoy what you enjoy. You ain't doing anybody any harm. You enjoy your life. Watching the video and grilling sausages. Nice. Enjoy. The Unicron trilogy is my introduction to Transformers. Yeah, I mean, I was in my 20s then. I can't watch it. It's so bad. It's so terribly bad. The Armada Unicron Optimus, can't wait for it, says Bing Bong. And I hope you know what? Like Bing Bong said it there. Can't wait for it. I hope you can't wait for it. I'm not getting it. I couldn't have less than zero interest. But as I've said many times, I'm very happy to say it's not meant for me. I'm not the demographic. I'm not the market. I think you guys who are fans of Unicron Trilogy have been waiting 20 years. You've been waiting a long time for your chance for updates. And I hope that you get the same joy and the same excitement out of it that the G1 fans have gotten for the last 10 years, 15 years of updates. I hope now it's your turn to get that same level of joy. I really do. Legacy Metroplex went down in price and still doesn't sell. That's the problem, right? Warren, I'm 50 and still do that, right? So Omega, you're not alone. We all do, buddy. As I've said before, I'm buying everything related to Unicron Trilogy because I'm a Unicron Trilogy kid. And anything that has Armada or Cybertron themed on it, I'm buying because I want Hasbro to know that I want more. There you go. Deceptibot is doing exactly what I've been advocating for people to do. We need animated legacy, non-exclusive animated legacy slipstream. Why do we need that? That would be my question to you. And especially as not an exclusive. Because that's what Hasbro would ask. They would look at you if you said that and say, why? Why do we need that? How is that going to, how many units is that going to sell? Why do we need that? Personally, I didn't even know Slipstream was in animated. So my Slipstream is the Prime one, but that's just me. Can't blame it. I recently saw him in the cartoon and he was weak. I don't know who you're talking about there. Have you heard that Hasbro is reversing their packages? Yes, we talked about that last week. You got to be here, man. Omega, you got to be here every week for the news, buddy. You got to be here every week for the news. Like tonight, I'm going to break a story that hasn't broken yet. I do that a lot of the time. I'll be making discussions on the Slipstream. We'll make her toy appearance. Okay. What if Canada had their own version of Captain America, Captain Canada? I mean, we do have Captain Canada. That's actually a thing that exists. He's white and red, and he has a black faceplate. MCU, where we got to catch up on She-Hulk, which I know a lot of people complain about, but honestly, I've enjoyed the series. I've enjoyed all the series. I haven't seen the Guardians holiday special yet, and we haven't seen Black Panther or Ant-Man and Wasp Quantumania. So we got those ones to catch up on. I'm hoping I can talk Starscream wife into doing it before Guardians Volume 3 comes out. I finally got myself a Bumblebee. It was the Earthrise, and I like it, and it was hard to find. Earthrise Bumblebee? I don't remember an Earthrise Bumblebee. I don't know what one you're talking about, Joel. Picked up Rise of the Beast Voyager Optimus. Boy, was it a letdown. Well, then I'm glad I didn't spend it because him and Primal went up $2 here. So if he's a letdown, then I'm glad I didn't. Studio Series really isn't my thing. That's fair. Too complex engineering for the price point. I don't know if I'd say it's too complex engineering. Depends on who it is. Like Scourge is brilliant. A lot of people like the Hot Rod. I don't, but a lot of people like the Hot Rod. I've got some Studio Series stuff that's great, but it depends, right? It depends on what you're into. Studio Series 01 Bumblebee is the worst toy, and I watched Bolt Matrix's review on YouTube. That's how much that toy sucked. I mean, all of them out there, most of them are bad. Most of them are bad, but especially that one, you're right. Am I planning on getting APC Prime Cliff Jumper? He looks great. Yeah, he looks great, but no, I'm not planning on getting him. Think Select's Ramjet should have been Slipstream. I mean, not really. It looks like Ramjet. It would have to have a different head. It would have to have wings more like Starscream. I mean, Slipstream is like a regular Seeker, not a cone head. So, no, not really. 80s was a different time. Recovering from sugar drop. Well, then take care of yourself, man. That's what I'm going to say to you there. I should get Starscream wife a Jar Jar Binks for Christmas. I doubt that she would like that. Would the G1 Megatron be reissued in G2 colors? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. They would just reissue G2 Megatron. Star Wars versus Star Trek isn't my thing. What do you think of the Beast Machines cartoons in terms of story, tone, and characters? I love it. It is the end of the G1 era and saga. It goes full circle. It is very esoteric and very deep and definitely not for kids. It very much is a cerebral mental show. I want a Botanica. Absolutely want a Botanica. I like it for what it is, but I'm not going to lie. It wasn't really until about my third or fourth watch through of the series that I appreciated it. Before then, I had the same gripes as everyone else. I find it's a series that you got to watch several times in order to appreciate it. But anybody who says Beast Wars ends with season 3, you're wrong. It doesn't. Beast Machines is the official end of the Beast Saga, which is the official end of G1. You can like it, you can not like it, you can argue it, you can debate it, but according to Hasbro, that's the way it is. Or the creators, I should say, that's the way it is. Make of that what you will. Make of that what you will. I thought you didn't know Machine Wars. I don't know Machine Wars, really, other than Megaplex. I didn't say I don't know it. I said I don't like it, really. And I don't know all the characters in it. I know Megaplex was one of the originals, and there was another original one. But, you know, like their version of Megatron, no. Their version of Optimus Prime, no. Their version of Mirage, no. Now, if they're supposed to be the G1 characters, it just doesn't work. But as a brand new character, Megaplex, yeah, sure, cool. That's what it should have been. Machine Wars should have been all new characters. Megaplex, crazy toy, absolutely crazy. I can't believe I'm still having to go up here. Holy smokes! I'm never going to get to the news at this rate. There must be at least $1,000 on that stand of Transformers. I don't know what you're talking about. Onto the news. I'm trying to get there, man.
Behind you?
What?
Probably behind you.
Yeah, it's more than 1,000. I'm going to be sending you the extra upgrade kit for Minotaur I have. Nice. Thanks, man. That thing might be pricey now. I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, I'm here. Hey, Anthony, please restart the live stream from the beginning. Listen, I'm trying to get it started, man. Yeah, I know Blue Raccoon, but I'm trying to keep up with the chat, and it keeps bumping me. I'm far out of the Unicron trilogy now. I'm 47, and I still watch Beavis and Butthead. 90s was the best. Rescue Bots, yeah, they're fine. I know it's late in the UK. Do you prefer to pay with actual cash, debit card? What? Or I don't even know what BMO is. I don't even know what that is. I don't know. Cash, debit card, credit card, whatever. PayPal, depends on what it is. They canceled She-Hulk, I heard, but I enjoyed it too. I still haven't seen Ant-Man. I can't wait for Daredevil. Are they doing Daredevil? I didn't even know they're doing Daredevil. It's not Captain. It's Captain Canada. It's not Captain Canuck. He's just Captain Canada. The recent one, I don't know what you're talking about. Because why not? I never had Slipstream, and she had what? She has had gimmicky Cyberverse Generations, no Legacy or War for Cybertron, nothing. No, she hasn't. But she hasn't been in any of that fiction, though I think she should be. M.M. Quantum Mania didn't do well in America, from what I heard. I really wouldn't know. Joel is referring to the Netflix Deluxe Bumblebee. Oh, well, I guess if you got the Netflix one, cool. But that's not what he said. He said the Earthrise one, and there wasn't an Earthrise one that I know of. The Netflix one isn't Earthrise. It's Netflix. Box office sales. I still got to see that. Hey, Lance. That's what I heard. KBB Bumblebee is the bee in my display. KBB Hornets Agent, easily the best bee that there has ever been. Timing, I thought the Black Widow movie was awesome. But I think it came out at the wrong time for sure. I'm not seeing it myself. I'm mentioning the box office failure. I don't even know if it was a failure or not. What was your reaction when Cliffjumper was killed in the episode of Transformers Prime? Literally nothing. I said it's voiced by Dwayne Johnson. He's going to do a cameo. This character's not going to last. Boom. That was it. That's literally the end of it.
Dwayne Johnson?
Yeah, The Rock was Cliffjumper in Transformers Prime. But he was only in one episode, and then he got offed. But I mean, you know he wasn't going to stay and voice a whole season, right? It's The Rock. The Hotlink Tetrajet could be Slipstream. The Tetrajet could have been Slipstream. Woulda, coulda, shoulda. Cliffy always gets killed. It's a curse from almost killing Hound, if you say so. I could leave if you don't like my honest truth. I'm also terribly disappointed that Hasbro Canada isn't carrying the upcoming. Oh, we're going to talk about that when we finally get to the news. Some are marketed differently here than in North America. Sometimes I have to Google what you are talking about when it comes to different releases. Interesting. How would have thought it? What? How would have thought if Beast Machines got season 3? I'm not speculating on if Beast Machines or anything else had gotten another season. They didn't. The story is what it is. It was supposed to be Transtech next. Which, look at that. Mr. Survive Fan says Transtech was going to happen after. There you go. So exactly what he said. Kind of like your new format. Get the talk out of the way. Then news. I'm not trying to get the talk out of the way. It's just I can't get to the end of the talk to get to the news. Hey, Paul. The Transformers Cyberverse 2018 toy line was terrible. It wasn't 2018, it was 2015. And oh, the 2018 the Cyberverse line. It wasn't. That's the sad part. It wasn't terrible when we reached about 2020. When they finally started doing deluxes, they're fantastic. The problem is everybody had a sour taste in their mouth because they started out with all the gimmicky junk. But I've said that a billion times. You're rehashing old ground, man. Your chat has become a filibuster to the news. It has tonight, man. There is one issue with the ER Cliff Jumper. What? There is one issue with both ER Cliff Jumper and Bumblebee. The chest is upside down. Oh, yeah. Well, spoiler. Rear window should be facing up toward the head. I mean, yeah. Is there a reason why we will never get Skids and Mudflap in Transformers Studio Series? I mean, we probably will, but a lot of people find them wildly stereotypical and racist. So that's probably why they're not going to get done. They were terrible characters. We all stop typing so the news can start. All right, I'm going to fly through the news because we're so, holy smokes, look at this. We're going to fly through the news. You ready? Let's go at a breakneck pace. First things first, Armada Optimus Prime in Canada will be $134 to $135. I think that makes sense for him. In the US, I believe he's up on BBTS for $99.99, but I have heard of him for $90. I think it's worth it. I think that it makes the original Armada Optimus Prime, which I think is absolute garbage. I think it is the single worst Transformer there ever was. Ever. Of any line ever. I think that one takes the cake as the worst thing I've ever had the displeasure of handling or reviewing. I detested everything about it. I think this one makes that absolutely obsolete. Take that, set it on fire, put it in a fire pit, get rid of it, and get the new Legacy one. It can articulate, it can move, it does all the modes, it can be small, you don't have to worry about GPS on it, it can be big, the truck looks accurate, the base looks great. I don't even want it. It's not for me, and I'm excited for you who do want it. And if you're excited for it, man, I get it. I'm excited for you. That's where we're to with him. Devcon, little did I know, while I said, hey, it's really great that he's not just a reuse of the Studio Series Scourge / Sweep mold. Little did I realize he was a heavy retool of the 86 Blur. Given the choice of a Blur retool or a Scourge retool, I would take the Scourge retool. That said, I'm not going to argue with getting a Devcon in the main line anyway. You know what is said? Something that was mentioned earlier. Not every country is going to be getting Devcon or axle grease or beachcomber. As a matter of fact, Hasbro Canada has stated they will not be carrying the deluxes of that wave at all. They will not be going to Walmart. They will not be going to Toys R Us. They will not be going to any retailer in Canada supplied by Hasbro Canada. They're not carrying them. And apparently Canada is one of a list of countries outside of the United States that will not be getting that wave. I would say look at your big retailers and see if you've gotten pre-orders up. And if not, and you're thinking, that's weird, look at like some of your online e-tailers and stuff and ask yourself if those pre-orders are there. Here in Canada, several online e-tailers, Toy Snowman, for example, ages 3 and up, I do believe, TF Toys, they do have pre-orders. Why? Because they're supplied from U.S. suppliers. One store in my community also offered them for pre-order because their supplier is also American. Word is that part of the reason several countries are not going to be getting this wave is because A, sales have been down, but B, word is that their distribution issues have now become worse since they laid off over 1,000 employees. A lot of people, and Input mentioned it in his news yesterday, are a little bit angry that they've hired 2 new corporate members who I talked about last week, and they just laid off 1,000 lower level employees that probably affect how the product gets in your hands and mine. So very disappointing news for Canada and some other nations that wave will not be carried. I'm hoping that changes between now and the release, but that's where the situation currently stands. and I think it's terrible. I think when you have a list of countries that do not, that I guess the Hasbro subsidiaries that are there have explicitly said we will not be carrying a wave. That's concerning. I think that Hasbro has more troubles than they're letting on when you're cutting back on where product is going and cutting back on the market it's offered in. I think that's a very telling sign. So we'll see how it happens. Some people have asked, is this a one-off? Is it just the deluxes of this wave? Is it just this wave? And the feedback coming from some of Canada's biggest retailers is we don't know. We got the word from Hasbro Canada that this wave of deluxes won't be carried. What will happen with future waves? Word is right now it will be by wave scenario. So they'll decide as each wave comes up if they're going to distribute it, carry it, or not. Take that for what you will. I think it's a bit scary. We saw the Studio Series Gamer Barricade this week. No, thanks. I thought I might get it, but he looks just awful. The big chunks hanging off his thighs. The thighs look small. The feet look weird. I think he makes a great looking car. I think he's a horrible looking robot. I really think he's really, really bad. It's nice that he's bulky and he's great from the waist up, but from the waist down, no thank you. No thank you at all. He's about the same height as the deluxe class Fall of Cybertron Optimus, not the War for Cybertron Optimus, the Fall of Cybertron Optimus, or the Fall of Cybertron Deluxe class Shockwave, for example, or the Fall of Cybertron Deluxe class Jazz or Sideswipe that came out in 2012. This new Deluxe is about the same height, size as that, with more bulk, right? So he's the same height, but he has more mass, more bulk to him. Getting rid of this. Core Class Ironhide out in the US. Boy, does that thing look terrible in van mode. The roof doesn't quite fit. You got blue paint up on the front windows. The rest of the windows going down the side don't have a lick of paint. I don't like the core Ratchet. I don't like the core Ironhide, but that's not new. If you do like it and you're interested in it, I can tell you that Core Class Ironhide has been spotted in the US, specifically at a Target in Columbus, Ohio. Speaking of Studio Series and going back to the Gamer Edition, we also saw images, in-hand images of Optimus Prime. I mean, he looks great. He's only about a half inch taller than the War for Cybertron Optimus from 2010, like the Deluxe that was original. He's not much bigger, but he's definitely much bulkier. What's very weird is it looks like from the back, you can see his hands compared to the original where you saw taillights. However, in the transformed images, it looked to me like there were still a couple of tail flaps that might have been folded up into the leg. I'm wondering if whoever did the transformation forgot to flip those out, and maybe they do come down and cover the hands. If not, the hands sticking out the back, quite an eyesore for an otherwise nice version of War for Cybertron, Fall of Cybertron, Optimus Prime. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, again, images for everything I'm talking about here, all on tformers.com, baby. You can find it all there. What else do we have? As I'm trying to get through it here, Beast Alliance Wheeljack and Rhinox 2-pack was found in, of all places, British Columbia, the western side of Canada. It's basically a deluxe class version of that movie Wheeljack that I'm not calling Wheeljack. I think I like it better than the mold that comes in the 3-pack. I think I like this one better. I think it's simpler. I think it's easier, but I think it fills the bill for what one could need. Plus, if you kind of wanted to have the Rhinox, it's a chance to have the Rhinox as well. I feel like if I was to get something like that, I would have to retcon him as someone else, kind of like I'm doing with that Combat Hero Megatron into Megaplex. I would have to make it someone else, but I don't hate it, and I think it's probably better than the 3-pack one or the individual deluxe mainline one. I think I like this one better. Beast Alliance Wheeljack. If you're in for Wheeljack, I think he's the way to go. The Ark is a restaurant that's going to be opening April the 23rd. We're very, very close to that now, today being the 20th. Apparently, we'll have burgers and sandwiches. It's going to be in the Causeway Bay, Hong Kong location. Now, I don't know exactly what that means, but it's going to be in Hong Kong. Cool, I guess. Will it be a success? Will it fly? Will it only be a niche fly-by-night thing that lasts a couple of years? I guess time will tell. We haven't seen a lot of it yet, but you know what? I could see it making a go of it in Hong Kong. I really could. I could see it making a go of it there. DNA Design showed off an upgrade kit for MPM 12 Nemesis Prime. It is their DK27N upgrade kit that provides 2 new thighs and legs, leg extenders, so he stands a bit taller. It gives him 2 new shoulders, if you want him to have new shoulders, as well as 2 new forearms and 2 new pairs of hands. I guess it makes it slightly cleaner. I don't know if it needs an upgrade. Like Input said on his show yesterday, it's an MP. I don't think it needs an upgrade, and I tend to agree with him. If you want it, though, buy fast because there's only going to be 1,500 pieces, apparently, so it will be limited. Flame Toys showed up there for Leo Prime. Some more pictures, 60 points of articulation. Here's the thing that's nice. He comes with a cape, and you can pose the cape. It's a posable cape. Yes, I do like that. I mean, it's great. It doesn't transform. I don't know if we need it where we just got the Legacy one that does transform or the MP not long ago. It's interesting. It looks cool. I don't know if the market is necessarily there for it. Input really liked it. So I guess maybe the market is there for it. Rise of the Beast Deluxe Mirage. I don't hate this thing as much as I thought that I might. It is basically silver and blue. It does harken back in robot mode more to Mirage than I thought it would. Like more, I can see some nods to Mirage there, and I don't see many nods to Jazz in that mode. I'll give credit where credit is due. But his whole roof and backpack section, all translucent, very similar situation with the backpack to Studio Series 86 Jazz, for example. I don't know. Maybe the translucent will be fine. Maybe it's a robust translucent like the Origins Jazz. But I don't hate it. I just wish that the tires were black. If you look at the image on the back of the packaging, the tires are black. If you look at the actual Mirage, in around the tires is black, but the treads, gray. And I don't think the gray helps it. It's very jarring to me. But at the end of the day, I think the Mirage looks pretty good. I think it looks all right. What's up with my pen, man? I don't know what's up with my pen. Why am I having such a time with it here? There we go. Oh, cake. I mentioned cake. So shown off this week as well, oddly, was a Bumblebee cake. Nothing special. It's Bumblebee as a cake. Actually, it's Bumblebee in his car mode as a cake. But you know what is special about it? This cake is life-sized. So take Bumblebee's car mode, make it life-size, so the actual size of the car, and make it a cake. And I would eat it. I would love to chomp into that thing and see how far I would get. I do love me some cake. Certainly chocolate cake. Here's a weird one. Apparently, the Age of Extinction Studio Series Grimlock is going to be getting a reissue in the Buzzworthy Bumblebee line. So it's going to get a reissue in an exclusive line. I don't know. That Grimlock shelf warmed around here. Not that it was wasn't a great Grimlock. It is a great Grimlock, but it's shelf warmed here for a long time. I don't see making it exclusive helping the cause, but again, what do I know? I'm not paid the hundreds of thousands of dollars or millions of dollars that the Hasbro executives are. What do I know? Right? Burning Plasma Fire Drive was shown off this week. It is the mail-in thing. You got to buy 5,000 yen of Rise of the Beast products and I don't know, use a QR code or something, I think, and upload your receipt and stuff. And then you get from Toys R Us what is essentially Fire Drive in olive red with some translucent. I could be down for another Battle Master, but it's just another Battle Master. It's nothing that special. Neat, I guess. New Age showed off their version of Hound, who will stand 7.6 centimeters, which is 2.93 inches. So he's a small boy. They're calling him Scott. His name is Scott. I mean, very unassuming name, but cool. Why not? I mean, you got a Devcon named Steve. why not call Hound Scott? He's going to have die cast. He's going to have a lot of articulation. He comes with a cage for Ravage. He comes with like his hollow emitter beam, which I thought was cool. And he comes with like a rag top for his Jeep. It's hard plastic, but it's supposed to look like a rag top on the Jeep. I think it's a really great hound. It's small. It's for a Legends collection for sure at 3 inches. But man, I dig it. I like it. I think it's great. Speaking of third party, we saw images this week. And if you haven't, go do yourself a favor and look up Fans Hobby. And they're full color pictures with Armada Overload, who is attached to their Armada Optimus Prime. Oh, man. Make a Jetfire to go on there, too. Holy smokes. It's really, really big. Really, really impressive. Hopefully, the main line for you Unicron Trilogy fans does the same thing. I've reviewed the originals. I reviewed them all put together. And I said then that something like Overload was a great idea, but he's such a brick that he really needed an update. And now that they're doing Armada Optimus as an update, I really hope that they do him too. I really do. Not for me, but for you. Let's check in with you guys, and then we're going to motor through the rest of the news there because I know you guys have been saying some stuff, and I'll be another hour catching up on the news if I got to, and I really don't want to be because we're at 101, and I want to try and get through stuff. I know I'm talking a lot. Let me go down here a little bit and just catch up. I will not spoil season 5 of Star Wars Picard. Yeah, don't spoil it because in Canada, that comes on tonight. The finale comes on tonight. It hasn't come on in Canada yet. 135 in Canada for Armada Optimus Prime. Yes, that's pretty much the going rate here for a commander class. Vault Matrix said his Armada Prime's trailer caught his room on fire. Yeah, I know. Devcon is a must buy for me. Same. Must for me too. Who's gonna send me Legacy Armada Prime? Not me. I don't know why anybody would send me that. I wouldn't mind having a lend of it to review, and hopefully somebody around me will have it. But I know it's not for me, right? Just boycott Hasbro. Why do people keep stealing the newest Transformers toys? Because stealing's free. That's why people do it. They do it because they can get away with it. I live in Alabama, and that sucks. Let's see. Hey, Shanti, if I didn't say it before, happy birthday, by the way. Or happy birthday to your lady. The beginning of the end, right? I plan to make a custom Beast Wars t-shirt. Oh, yeah. Okay, cool. I canceled my pre-orders for that Barricade. Barricade flipper feet. He does have flipper feet. Maybe the new CEO of Hasbro is going to scalp all of that wave and sell them on eBay. Wouldn't surprise me if Chris Cox did exactly that. I still pick up my Gamer Edition Barricade just for curiosity. I mean, I'm not saying don't get it. I'm just saying I was going to, and now I'm very much thinking I might not. Ooh. I'm really torn on the War for Cybertron Barricade. Everything waist up is great. Yeah, and the rest down below is rough. I agree with you. Gamer Edition Optimus is a must-buy for me. I get that. If you're a fan of the games, for sure, I totally get it. But it's like Input said, if you have the original from 2010, I don't know if it's worth the upgrade. Maybe that got to be your call. I'm not against it by any stretch of the imagination. I think it's a great Optimus Prime. I don't know if I need it, but I think it's a great Optimus Prime. The less Hasbro wants to ship, the less I'm buying. Fair enough. We still don't have a core class blaster yet. Do we need one? I don't know. Do we need one? She's a detective. So I got her a Dare Stalker and a home style pipe that's really a vape. I hate Wheeljack's head and Transformers Rise of the Beast. Everybody hates it. Heel Jack. I like that Heel Jack. What? Urkelbot. Yeah, a lot of people are making the Urkel joke. The Arc restaurant now serving Energon sliders. I mean, I hope that it's just, if you're going to do a hamburger, just do a hamburger. Don't try and gimmick it up, change color or whatever. Who needs upgrade kits in Masterpiece? I don't know. You shouldn't. It's called Masterpiece. It's supposed to be perfect. Six Shot is the only Transformer with a kid. Okay, that's random, but yeah, sure, why not? Mirage's face is very different from Rise of the Beast. Oh yeah, Mirage's face is, but I mean they all are. All the Bay faces are. It doesn't look like Mirage. I just don't think it looks as much like Jazz as I thought it was going to. I can't stand the hands, feet on most of the movie toys. That's fair too. I get that. Mirage looks like animated Jazz. Yeah, maybe a little bit. Not a lot, but maybe a little bit. My pen isn't the Optimus tonight. No, the Optimus pen is up right here behind me. You're right. Life-size Transformers cake. You heard me right. I saw a Thomas cake a while back. Oh, okay. Cool, I guess. Leader class Dinobot Scar. I mean, I can't see it since almost nobody knows that Dinobot. That was referenced what in like one comic book from IDW. I mean, Scar is the Power Master minion of Double Dealer, so it shouldn't even be a thing. I don't at all want that. I think that would be a terrible investment. Barma? Roll Tide? I don't know what you're saying, but okay, whatever. Hey, Super Robot Ed. My Deluxe 2010 Morph Cybertron Optimus Prime has loose joints. Okay, well, I hope you're happy with the new one then. Hey, Razor Bear, listen, man, we've been late the whole night. It's been that kind of night. I don't like Rise of the Beast Wheeljack, but I like the head. What? But I like the head for my OC character. Okay, yeah, you're always doing OC characters. And I'm going to move on because I got to try and get through this. Titan Changer, Rise of the Beast Scourge. Who cares? Did you like the 2017 TLK Optimus Prime Titan Changer? Yes? Then you'll like Scourge. No? Then you're not going to like Scourge. It's literally a remold of that with a new head. Speaking of Optimus Prime, though, he was at Coachella. Who knew that Optimus would be at Coachella? He was there to introduce Toby. I'm not even going to try his last name. NWIGWE. Nwigwe? I have no idea. The Nigerian actor, however, is in Rise of the Beast. He is a voice actor in the film, so it makes sense that he would be introduced by Optimus Prime for whatever his show was. I've never heard of the guy, so I didn't know he had a show at Coachella. But hey, I wish I could get introduced to something by Optimus Prime. That'd be cool. Speaking of Rise of the Beast, we saw Scorponok and Sandspear. I mean, Sandspear's fine. It's a little scorpion that turns into a melee thing, I guess. But the Scorponok is pretty great. It's too bad that his scorpion legs are on the back of his legs, and I feel like they're going to affect his knee articulation. But maybe not. If they don't affect his knee articulation, then who cares? I think the transformation is simple, logical, infinitely better than the Kingdom one. Input said the same thing yesterday. Great minds think alike. But I do think the Rise of the Beast Scorponok looks tremendous. I'm really smitten with him. And I'm not even sure why, but I'm really smitten with him. Let's talk about a few leaks and listings, shall we? Nothing real mind-blowing here. We now know for a fact that there's listings, not just rumors, but listings for Buzzworthy Bumblebee Hound, Hatchet, who is the last of the dreads that we need. He's the four-legged guy, right? And Bumblebee 2, whatever Bumblebee 2 is. As well, on Amazon, there are listings for Generation Studio Series, for a Generation Studio Series multi-pack. What this multi-pack will be, I don't know. Part of me feels like it might be, you know how they did the one last year with the movie one Autobots? Maybe they're going to do one with the movie one Decepticons? Maybe, could be, I don't know. Gen Ecom Capsule 1 Comic 2 pack, whatever that is. Gen Ecom Capsule 2, we don't know what that is, but Gen Ecom Capsule 4 is going to be the Seeker Nacelle. And those kind of, I don't want to say pre-orders because they're not pre-orders, but there's some listing information up for them. So it's more than just rumor now. As well as Walmart Retro 6 and 8. Who Retro 7 is, I don't know. But it seems like the Retro series will be continuing at Walmart. Plus, on Pulse, if you use Pulse, I think Pulse should go the way of the dodo myself. But DTC1, DTC2, Leader Shatterglass Grimlock, DTC3, and DTC4. What DTC is, I don't know. I really don't know. Earthspark, a little bit of Earthspark news, shall we? Yes, yes, okay, sure. Earthspark Jawbreaker. Jawbreaker is one of the new Terrans. He's one who, as of yet, for those of us at least in North America, I can't speak for other countries, but certainly North America, as of yet, he has not chosen an alt mode because he doesn't know really how he feels or who he feels. He's still discovering himself. Well, word is that Jawbreaker up and coming will have an alt mode of a Stygimoloch dinosaur. Stygimoloch. It almost looks like a kind of a baby chibi T-Rex is almost what the body looks like, except this is a herbivore with more of a kind of a beaked mouth. That, to me, that seems like it would match Jawbreaker because he is kind of peaceful. Like he's peaceful and gentle. He strikes me as something that would be like a gentle giant, kind of like Bulkhead. So I think this would actually kind of fit. Once he gets that mode, instead of being like his sort of grayed out, nondescript protoform type of mode, he'll be mostly orange and teal with some gold highlights. I think it looks really cool. We might be teetering on having to do a top 10 dinosaurs and Transformers. We might be teetering on that. Andrew Wildman will be at TF Nation 2023. Andrew Wildman's been involved with the comics from Marvel UK right up and through IDW. So he's done an awful lot over the years. Takara will be at Tokyo Toy Show June 8th to the 11th. Apparently this is open to anybody, open to the public. So I would expect that we're going to get a lot of pictures and a lot of images of a lot of the upcoming products. Hopefully, maybe some of the ones already out from Takara's perspective, if you will. Beast Alliance, Optimus Prime, and Lion Blade, which, come on, it's Leo Prime or Lio Convoy. It's a Lio Convoy that turns into a sword or whatever. I don't know. Cool, I guess. It's again about a deluxe Optimus that comes with a little melee thing. Licensing for Retail Day, that's up and coming. Hasbro's going to be at that, trying to hawk their wares and license the properties that they have out to everyone and everything. But you can't blame them. It's all about monetization of those brands, right? So we're probably going to get a whole bunch of wacky products up and coming sometime soon. Earthspark Deluxe, Optimus Prime, and Shockwave, which is really just the Cyberverse Shockwave with a few color variations. But nevertheless, that Shockwave and Earthspark Optimus, the deluxe versions, not the Warrior, the deluxe versions are out in the US. I think they were seen in Florida, if I'm not mistaken. So I guess the Earthspark Wave 2 Deluxes are starting to eke their way out in the US. Meanwhile, here in Canada, we just got Wave 1. Like, I don't know, 2-3 weeks ago, maybe. The animatronic Optimus Primal for Rise of the Beast that's up and coming. We haven't seen much about it, but TFW had like a few details on it. They said it was a good gorilla mode, but a bad robot mode. And basically the gorilla stands up and the gorilla head goes to the back and you got the robot head. Boom. There you go. That's about it. He does, however, have a blue light up maximal symbol on his chest. How much articulation, what he's able to do, that I don't know. But it sounds like a very simplified. It ain't the RoboSyn Optimus Prime. Let me put it to you that way. There's a More Than Meets the Eye exhibition in Australia that will feature the adapted artwork of 6 artists for a Transformers character, as well as a whole ton of new and old toys. Like there's a whole section done for a ton of Optimus Primes and a whole section done for a ton of Rodimus Primes. New and old and everything you could think of under the sun. Pretty cool pictures up and around for that exhibition. Enough that I wish it was in Australia to be able to go see it. I don't know where it's to in Australia, to be fair, though. And is that it? Whew. That's it. We've made it through the news. I'm going to give told you we were going through it super duper quick. I'm going to give you guys the trivia question. I'm going to check in with you, and then I'm going to do the second trivia question, and then we're going to do the unboxing and get out of here. Where are we at? 1:15. Whew, I made it up. But we got to get out of here. Which 80s movie has an Optimus Prime cameo? We previously asked this question with reference to Starscream, which 80s movie had a Starscream cameo. In that case, the Starscream cameo was the actual G1 Starscream. In this case, the Optimus cameo is more artwork of Optimus. So did Optimus have a cameo in A, Top Gun, B, The Princess Bride, C, Cloak and Dagger, or D, Spaceballs? A, B, C, or D? Is it Top Gun? Is it The Princess Bride? Is it Cloak and Dagger? Or is it Spaceballs? Let's see what you guys end up saying. I'm going to just go up and check out a couple of things here. Let's see. That's a lot of cake. That is a lot of cake. I agree. That's a lot of cake. What color is Scourge supposed to be in Transformers Rise of the Beast? I don't know. Probably like a black or like a gunmetal gray with, I think, like inside of them, there's like orangey pieces. I don't know. Maybe something burning. But, I mean, basically, he's black and gray. Look him up. I don't know why you're asking this stuff. Google it. Look him up. I would guess gunmetal gray, I suppose. A college team reference chant. Okay, I don't know what that is, but okay. I hope we get to see more Predacons in Transformers Rise of the Beast. I agree. I hope we get to see more Predacons too. Scourge appears to be a heavily weathered matte black Peterbilt. Yeah, and very stylized. He has a lot of stuff on him. I don't pay attention to leaks very much because I want to be surprised. I mean, I didn't give you leaks. I gave you listings. There's a difference. Leaks are rumors. Listings are listings. But you probably should be paying more attention to that stuff, Omega, because you're asking a lot of questions that are very old news that the majority of fans already know because of these listings and stuff. Like, you do realize pretty much all of 2023 and 2024 has pretty much all been leaked, right? Like, anybody who's been paying attention, we pretty much know what's coming for the next 2 years, roughly. Not to say that there can't be other things that'll come out in that time frame, for sure. And not to say things can't change and plans can't change. They can. But I think we got a good idea of where we're headed based on what's been leaked so far. We'll see. I get your point about being surprised, but I think it might put you behind the fandom a little bit. If you're cool with that, then keep doing it, I guess. Don't even talk about the nacelle, man. I'm in for nacelle. Yeah, I'm in for nacelle. More seekers, right? Triple R being for it. DTC just means direct to consumer. Oh, okay. See, I wouldn't know because I would never, unless I absolutely had to, like with Shattered Glass. But like for anything that I could get somewhere else, I would never consider Pulse. Actually, I can't. I got to source it through someone. Razor Bear has been a huge help to me, as a matter of fact. Shout out to our buddy Razor Bear, who's right there, by the way. Yeah, I love the Pulse exclusives. Yeah, they're great. Any of y'all pre-order Beachcomber? I have. Again, I found that one local store that had a U.S. supplier, and I was able to secure a Beachcomber pre-order there. I decided to, despite having a good stand-in already. So we go down. Number 1, Grimlock 29. You sort it out. Okay, I don't know what that means, but whatever. How many yellow bots do we have in Transformers? Yellow bots? I don't know. You know what? Maybe we'll do a top 10. See what the best yellow bot is. Maybe we won't. It'll be too many bumblebees. This keyboard sucks. As we go down here a little bit. Okay, let's see. C. D, C. A lot of C's and D's. Top Gun. May the Schwartz be with you. The biggest question, what color are Rumble and Frenzy? No, Why do you keep bringing the same stuff up? Rumble's blue, Frenzy is red and black. And before anybody says, no, that's not the way the toys were, who cares? Cartoon is king. I literally have a shirt on Spring that says Cartoon is king. You could buy it, you could wear it, because Cartoon is king. Nothing else matters. There you go. Do you prefer Bumblebee as a Volkswagen or a Camaro? Volkswagen, for sure. But I would prefer if Bumblebee didn't exist because I think he's a rund. Top 10 yellow bots that are not Bumblebee. The yellow bots I am referring to are Sunstreaker, Bumper, Hubcap, Bumblebee. Okay, I'm sure there's more than that. All right. By the way, you didn't mention Nova Storm, right? Some would even say that Sunstorm could be yellow. I'm just saying there's variations. The answer, ladies and gentlemen, is D. Spaceballs. Absolutely Spaceballs. The follow-up. During Spaceballs, which character said it's a transformer when Spaceball 1 was transforming into Mega Maid? Was it Lone Star? A. Was it Dark Helmet? B. Was it Barf? C. Or was it President Scroob? D. A, B, C, or D. Was it Lone Star? Was it Dark Helmet? Was it Barf? Or was it President Scroob? A, Barf, C. Loved it. Yeah, it was Barf. Absolutely, it was Barf for sure. And finally, whoo, baby. My wife has been very patient and understanding. We are, however, now to the unboxing. And there's a reason I brought up Megaplex, because the unboxing tonight is none other than, ooh, he came in, baby. He came in. And I'm going to tell you now, do not cut yours. A lot of people have been getting this guy saying, oh, he doesn't transform right. And they've been either cutting his landing gear, or there's a gray hinge kind of behind his head. They've been cutting that back farther so the landing gear can go up more. Do not cut this guy. He does not need to be cut. When I do the review, I will show it there. But long story short with this guy is A, I guess the canopy section, the cockpit section needs to be out over these two pieces, but under these two pieces. So it needs to be out here. Also, the instructions will tell you to like fold down the nose cone and then fold the whole, I guess, cockpit section of the plane back. No, fold the whole cockpit section down first, then fold the nose cone in. And when you fold it in, you're actually going to have to push it a bit beyond what feels comfortable to get the landing gear up. In the end, what you should have is a very squared off look inside. And right here where my finger is, this is really the whole wing piece. And this is the armature that it swings around on. It is actually tabbed in here in a long rectangular slot, and there's a rectangular peg. They do slot in there. When all of that is done, two things happen that's very important. One, he's solid. But two, and a lot of people have been complaining about this and saying the arm goes way back into his body. I wish it locked. It does. When you have everything done correctly, the arms can only go back this far. You have a butterfly joint out, but the arms do come up solid, absolutely solid. So don't cut them. Don't. Tuesday, I'll show you how to do this guy properly. He is glorious. So why did I say it has to do with Megaplex? Because the original Prime version of Skyquake was indeed redecoed for, I think it was BotCon 2013, as Machine Wars Megaplex. So there's precedent for this mold being used for Megaplex. There's precedent for this possibly being redecoed to become the G1 version, maybe in selects, although I know these colors better than those colors. Because it connects with Needle Nose, I could see it being reused, retooled for G2 Dreadwing, and it could definitely be reused and retooled, though I think it would be inappropriate, but it could be reused, retooled for Machine Wars Starscream, who's supposed to be G1 Starscream. How this looks like Starscream in any form or fashion, I will never in a million billion years know. But this guy, He's going to score well. He is tremendous. And I'll say this, he is not the mass that a leader class should be at all. But man, oh man, the rest of the value, I think might make up for it. Plus, I got this guy about $10 cheaper than the going price for a leader class. So couldn't go wrong. And that's it. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to get out of here. I love each and every one of you. Thank you so much for coming by. I want to thank my wife for being understanding because we've been on here a long time. Whew. Thank you for giving me some of your very valuable time. I do know how important it is to you. If you're in a position to help the channel to grow, you can use the donate link. You can check us out on Patreon. You can see what we have to offer to you through spring, or of course, you can hit the join button at any given time and become a channel member. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Stick around, man. Have some fun with us here on the channel. And especially don't forget that somehow, some way, each and every single one of you do make a difference in the world. Whether you feel it or not, whether you know it or not, you do make a difference in the world. And I look forward to the next time that you and I get together to have another visit, either in the live streams right here on Thursday nights at the stop motion premieres, or the old-fashioned way inside the videos.